welcome back. This would be, I believe, episode 12. Understand, these are just my thoughts and my views. This is just how I feel. It is okay to agree to disagree. Take it with a grain of salt. You do not have to hang on my every word. We all here for a good time, not a long time. So sit back and enjoy. Welcome back to the Self Centered Leo Shit Podcast. I am your host, Wish Bang. And baby, a lot has been going on in the world. But first, let's just run through Diddy. No pun intended, but let's run through Diddy. Today, Diddy was found guilty on 2 federal charges, but not guilty. He was acquitted on the most serious charges, including racketeering and sex trafficking, which carried a life sentence. So, he was convicted for transporting 2 women across state lines for the purpose of prostitution. One of those women was confirmed to be Cassie Ventura, a longtime accuser. The other remains anonymous under the name of Jane Doe, but people have been speculating that it's 50 Cent other baby mama, because he was calling her a sex worker back in the day and people didn't know what he was talking about, but the whole time she was selling ass for Diddy. Child. Anyway, so basically Diddy will not face life in prison, but he might not just be walking out of jail either. So with the charges that he does have, it says within the federal guidelines, they're asking for 4 to 5 years in prison. It's also worth noting that he served 10 months in custody awaiting trial. So that's time served. So it'll be 4 years and 2 months. Anyway, the judge did deny his bail and said that he does have a clear pattern of violent behavior and he is to remain in federal custody until he is officially sentenced on October 3rd. He also has 50 civil lawsuits ranging from sexual assault and abuse to allegations involving minors. These civil cases will proceed separately from the criminal trial and could lead to significant financial consequences. So as of right now, Diddy's been found guilty on 2 federal charges related to prostitution. He was acquitted on the more serious charges, so he's not looking at life or 20 years in prison anymore, which I guess to him is a good thing. But I guess to all the people that are afraid of Diddy, it's a bad thing. But at the end of the day, these motherfuckers be wilding. And Diddy clearly was out here having the kind of time that you only read about or watch in movies. He was off the chain. Cassie got her check. I guess all his other victims are going to have to see what's going to happen with their civil suits. But I don't know how I feel about the verdict. Like, honestly, I really don't care about Diddy as far as him getting hit with the Frico. Because ultimately, a lot of these people were consenting adults. Not to say that it made it right, but it definitely adds context to what was taking place and to how far the limits could have been pushed. Had it been children involved and proven to have children involved, then it would have been a whole different ball game. But for them to be all adults, I don't know. Again, I don't victim shame or blame. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't know about somebody forcing me to sell ass. Like, I could only imagine what your wants, needs, and desires could be that someone could force you to sell ass for money. And see, what makes it crazy is that this was his fantasy. This was his fantasy that he used his money to source people to put them in this predicament. But again, you gotta be willing to do some of the stuff that requires free will to do. So if you are using your brain to move your arms and legs, there has to be a moral compass that says, you know what, fucking 10 men, and I'm not a porn star. I don't do this for a true living. I only do this for this nigga to give me things. It raises a red flag and is a cause for concern. Like, all the jobs in the world, you wanted to be a baddie, but being a baddie required a budget that you didn't have. And so the billionaire with the budget said, hey, I'll give you what you need, but you're going to have to sell ass. That shit's crazy to me. Like, you are the resource, you are the link to get everything else. And the only way you're letting people in is if they prostitute themselves out. And if they treated him like they have treated people in far worse conditions and situations than he's in right now of the past, they'd probably diagnose him with something, because you have to have some sort of mental imbalance going on that makes you want to do the things that Diddy was doing. Like, he has something else going on. But his children were celebrating outside the courtroom. That's cute. That's messy. I don't know. Sometimes it feels like an attack on black billionaires and black men in general because of their success and how they have created pathways for their community. But then at the same time, it feels like, damn, nigga, why would you put yourself in this predicament? You know what the fuck goes on. You know that these people are constantly, they created a system for themselves and has slowly integrated us into their system. Slowly, like taking the most baby steps they could possibly take to integrate us into their system, and refuse to make changes to their system that will benefit all people because they want to remain having the upper hand. So knowing this as a successful black man who built his empire, why would you be involved in shenanigans that could have you out here like this? Assed out. They caught Diddy doing some wild shit. Like, why would you put yourself in that predicament? And it's like, I get it. People have their own kinks. No kink shaming. If you a freaky motherfucker, be freaky. But try to have some limits. Or try to have some consent to the limits. And no means no. Even if you say yes for the first 10 minutes and you decide for the last 30 minutes, it's a no. No means no. In every language, no is always going to be no. And so to see these clowns outside the courtroom pouring baby oil on each other, child, what are we living? What world are we living in right now? You know what? We are living in a simulation. We're living in a simulation right now, and it just is what it is, honey. It just is what it is. Praying for everybody involved. I know people make decisions in desperate times, so there's no judgment on the choices that were made during those times. But child, try to make better choices going forward. But ultimately, I have no pony in that race. I'm not a Diddy fan in that way for me to even be all up in arms. Now, if it was Hov, it'd be different. Because I love me some Jay-Z. And nobody better fuck with Jay because I don't play by him. But anyway, so I don't know if I want to get into politics per se, because the shit that Trump is doing is exhausting. It's exhausting. It's over the top. It's unnecessary. It just seems like if you follow it up, you're going to stress yourself out. It's like, sir, just go away. That would be nice if he decides to retire and stays away from politics forever and ever and ever and ever. But child, when you run out of things to buy, when you run out of things that money can buy, the next level is either you start killing people because you can, or you figure out a way to be in power and control people because you can. And that's just a testament to I call it a mental illness, really. Because if your life is not fulfilled without stepping on other people or being in power over other people, something else going on with you. Like, those things won't fulfill you. Getting the power, getting the money, getting all of that won't fulfill you if there is a void within you. So a lot of the times, like, I realize that a lot of humans are walking around undiagnosed and creating chaos as footprints versus being functioning adults in society. And we just get every day we wake up and we watch people bleed all over everyone because they have issues that are unresolved. And it's sad. It truly is a sad day. In like a sad era in time where people find fulfillment or joy from stepping on others. Sad. What else? I didn't really want to get too deep in celebrity news today because it's like the motherfuckers is everywhere. You turn the TV on, you turn the radio on, you turn your social media on. The motherfuckers are like flies on the wall. They're everywhere. And it's like, I love a good entertainment. There's a fly in my fucking room right now that is, oh my God, when I catch this fucker, Jesus Christ. He just zzz, everywhere I turn, he right there. But yeah, celebrity news has become exhausting. It's not as entertaining as it used to be, only because I feel like I like celebrities that give back as far as time, um, resources, open up doors for other people to come in and make a way for themselves so they can turn around and pay it forward as well. I like those type of celebrity stories. Like if I see a celebrity that is opening a school and that school is free to children between a certain age or families that make a certain amount of income, that would be great news to see. If you see a celebrity who is involved in a youth program that has a tournament that's taking children all over the world to do spelling bees or something along those lines, then I would want to be tuned in to what celebrities are doing. But nowadays, it just seems like they are, well, I mean, I don't even know if it's nowadays, but it's like the celebrity culture has become so toxic that is uninteresting. The one or two things that pop out every once in a while that you can't escape, like you scroll down your timeline and it's diddy all day. Yeah, okay. But it's like some of this little nitpicky things. Like I saw Yanti and Krishan going back and forth. That shit right there, the lady ain't lying. She could use a little bit more tact considering she don't know Krishan like that. But at the end of the day, she ain't lying. I'm not gonna get into it, but if your children got something going on, go ahead and get with the specialist. Call the school will set you up. Get with the specialist. It don't hurt you to help your babies in that way. So that's all I'm gonna say. I'll say this: my daughter had a stutter when she was in elementary school, and her teacher put me on to the speech pathologist and got that stutter right about my baby. And I felt no way that she was in special education getting that taken care of because now she's a sophomore in college, thrives, speaks well, all of the above. And had I been ignorant enough to be like, no, I'm not going to get her no help, ain't nothing wrong with her, and all that foolishness, she'd have been up there stuttering like her mama didn't know any better. So, with that being said, if your babies need help, get them babies some help. I will also be using my third quarter to finish the touches on book 2, Fall in Love, that is set to be released November 2025. Fingers and toes crossed because your girl got a little ADHD. And so she has to focus, she has to lock in, and that takes a lot to do. So bear with me. In the meantime, you can go out and get the first copy, Elmwood Summer Love, available on Amazon. Catch up on that book so we can do a little meet and greet for book 2. Elmwood Summer Love, available on Amazon. Go and get your copy. What else is new? I was trying to keep this like under 10 minutes. Hopefully when I edit it, it edits down to under 10 minutes because I'm trying to build my momentum, and in building my momentum, I'm trying to create structure. So you're going to hear me babble and ramble a little bit for now, but that's okay. That's okay because we're building our rapport. We're getting to know each other. What else? What else? I had a word of affirmation for this morning because, honey, 3 a.m. I look out my window, my neighbor's car is being repossessed. And that's just a testament of how thick it's getting out here for people. And I pray everyone is moving with passion. I pray everyone finds that thing that they love to do to get them over the curve, because the way the world is set up right now, it feels like we're in total chaos, but we're not. It is not as complicated as it seems. It's not as complicated as it looks. Now, this was supposed to be short and sweet, but I must leave you with this. If not now, more than ever is the time as a people, as a community, as a culture to tap in to the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. It's so important because it helps promote unity, and it's about helping you develop and understanding your culture at the same time. If you don't know, the 7 principles of Kwanzaa are: number 1, umoja, that means unity. To strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. Number 2 is my favorite day, kujijakalia, self-determination. To define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves. Day 3, ujima, collective work and responsibility. To build and maintain our community together. Our brothers and sisters' problems are our problems, and to solve them together. Ujama, cooperative economics. To build and maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses, and to profit from them together. Number 5 is Nia, purpose. To make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. Number 6, Kumba, creativity. To always do as much as we can in the way we can in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited it. And number 7, day 7, Imani, faith. To believe with all our heart in our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness and victory of our struggles. These 7 principles are so important for what's going on right now in the world, because we are always going to be stronger together than we are fighting each other. We're always going to be stronger supporting each other. They like to use this word spending power and the black dollar. There's no power in spending unless you're spending in your community that builds your community. There's no power in spending if you're giving the money away to people who are not reinvesting into resources that help the community grow and strive to do better. So spending power is not power at all. It's a crippling tool that they've used for a very long time, and they've boasted it as the black dollar, the black dollar. Yeah, the black dollar is a lot of money, and it's important for the economic standing, but we have to redirect that black dollar into places that benefit and offer resources and offer advancement for the community. Or else we're just throwing our money down the drain. We're wasting our money, throwing our money in the toilet. So I want to leave you all with that. I'll have more things to say later. I always have more things to say. But yeah, so that's it for now. I hope everyone is doing well. It is extremely hot outside. This is the 4th of July weekend. I plan on doing absolutely nothing. I want to be curled up in my bed, and I'm going to be watching TV for this 3-day weekend. It's supposed to be hot outside and a little rainy. I don't know, but I'll be in my bed watching movies and keeping a low profile. Anyway, thank you for listening. And of course, I'm trying to drop these every Tuesday and every Thursday. So please, 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 please subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Self-Centered Leo. And you can also subscribe to my TikTok, The Self-Centered Leo. And please understand, you are going to get entertainment, you're going to get education, you might get a little bit of politics, but this is healthy dialogue. That's all I want to be about, is healthy dialogue. So we can be besties, we can be friends, and keep the link, but I just want to make sure that we are learning every step of the way, because as entertaining as the world is, we also have to prepare. And to be prepared, we have to be taught and we have to learn and we have to be, on the same page when it comes to order and structure. So, yeah, so when you come to my podcast, please understand that I will have things that may entertain you, but my role on this planet, Spirit said I am here to educate you as well. So until next time, be good.